My name is Agnes Gonzalez.
I'm Emmanuel Brown.
My name is Julianne Hutchison. I'm on the rowing team.
I play lacrosse.
I'm on the women's soccer team here at JU. I joined the rowing team in 2019. I walked on as a freshman. I had never rowed a day in my life. And I took an interest to rowing because I found it fascinating, honestly. That's something that we don't have in Texas. And I wanted to try something new. And I got into it, and 3 years later, I'm still here. I grew up in church. My family and I have been going since I was in the womb. And it was, I believe, in 2017 when I decided to rededicate my life to Christ. I was going through a really tough time, and I had hit like rock bottom, and I had nothing to cling on to except God. So I started trying to be the Agnes that I was created to be, because I knew that I was made for so much more. And I didn't believe that for myself in the past. And ever since then, I've been choosing to live my life to the fullest of my potential. When I'm doing a hard workout or when I'm out on the race course and I feel the pain and I'm sweating, my hands are hurting, but I know that every single girl in the boat is hurting with me. And something that I hang on to a lot is Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I shortened it actually to say I can and I will. So I can say it in between every stroke so that I'm able to inhale I can, exhale I will. And that's something that gets me through a really tough practice, and I say that even in my daily life as well. My sophomore year, I was injured. I had actually been injured for a year prior, and I decided to do the semester at home in the fall. And it was a really difficult time. I wanted to give up rowing. I wanted to get mad at God because nothing was working and I was in a lot of pain. And I reached out to my teammates. They really helped me get through it. And also I reached out to God because I was very frustrated. And God was just telling me this is a time for healing and a time to slow it down. And at first it was difficult. I had a hard time with consistency, especially coming back. And I also had a hard time in using that to propel me forward because I was so stuck in where I was. And I went back to I can and I will, and that's something that helped me to move past that. And I actually just PR'd on a piece this morning. So something I would say to others is don't give up on yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, find something to cling on to, whether that be a support system or God. You are made for so much more than you think. And honestly, like when you accept that for yourself, you can do the impossible.
My daddy's got remarried. My parents moved into mom's house. On the drive there, we passed our neighbor's house and he was playing catch with his son. I thought it looked pretty interesting. So after we moved into the house, I walked over there. They were still playing catch, ironically, and I was like, hey, what's up? The dad gave me a stick and was like, throw. So I threw. Then like 3 months later, I got my first stick on Christmas Day, and here I am. When I was 8 years old, I got baptized. Around like high school, I started like losing faith and questioning it a little bit. I guess I started learning a little bit more and just started looking deeper into the Bible. And then junior year of high school, I had an injury in my left LCL and my ACL, and I should have blown out my knee, but found out a couple hours later that it was just a strain, which was amazing. So it's just like maybe there is a purpose. And then there was just a bunch of other times where like I thought like this would be the last of like I guess anything, like I was about to lose everything. And ironically like everything would just pick back up and it'd be better than it was before. So I guess it was like maybe there is a God. The Bible verse, Proverbs 3:4-6. It's lean not into your own understanding, submit to him in all your ways and he shall make your path straight. I dumbed it down to lead me Lord. I tend to overthink situations and then I just calm down, say lead me Lord, and just like kind of like put it all on him, just do what I can do. And everything usually ends up working out for the best. Doesn't mean it's always what I want it to be, but it doesn't really matter because like anything that it can be applied to, I use it and it kind of calms my nerves and allows me to focus on what I can do in the moment and just leave it all up to him. So Steve Harvey, he was like, show me one successful person and I'll show you how much dirt they have on them. Any bad thing, like any negative thing that's been thrown on you, that's dirt. And he's using dirt as an analogy to fertilize. Things need fertilizer to grow. You gotta have dirt on you to get to where you want to go.
I played like every sport growing up. Soccer was the first thing I started, and then everything I was playing kind of like dwindled down, and I just kind of stuck with soccer. I've been playing it probably for over 16, 17 years, so it's been crazy. I grew up Catholic. Both my parents were raised Catholic, but around middle school we started going to like a non-denominational church, but I was still going to Catholic school, so I was kind of getting like a mixed experience, which helped me develop my faith, like my personal relationship with God and like the community that I have. I think a lot of people are just so in their religion rather than just having a personal relationship with God. My freshman year here, I played my freshman season, got hurt at the end of the season, I tore my ACL and meniscus, got it repaired. Came back for sophomore year, I was like ready to go sophomore year, and then the first 2 minutes in the first game, I got hurt again. So my freshman, sophomore, and junior year here were a little bit unconventional because I was on crutches and in knee braces like the entire time. But I think that during that time, I really kind of re-identified myself because I've always like just been a soccer player and an athlete, and when I didn't have that, I realized, number one, there's like more to life than just playing sport. Be like a good identifier for you, but also like your identity shouldn't be in a sport, it should be in God. And I had the opportunity to come back this year and play my senior year, which a lot of people said I couldn't, so that was awesome. It was just like a huge like God moment for me because like I overcame it, and like I have this saying that's like, you have been assigned this mountain to show others that it can be moved. And I would just like constantly say that to myself like throughout like the 3 years that I was hurt, because it was just like one thing after another after another, and it was hard because I had to like obviously re-identify myself almost. I would just tell people to like just keep going. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You wouldn't be assigned something or like put through something if you couldn't get through it. Attitude and effort are the two things you can control.